What advice your parents gave you turned out to be complete bullshit. Computers will never catch on. Don't waste any more of your time on them. Wasted a decade doing random temping jobs before finally working with computers. Now they harass me all the time to fix their devices. Rule 1 of IT. Never let anyone know you are IT. Rule 2 of IT. When they find out, tell them you are retired or that you went into management. You can tell me. It's okay, I won't get angry. That's something my wife also had in her youth. She told something and her parents got really angry. So I hope I'll do that better to my daughter. My parents would treat you like you were demon possessed if they caught you in a lie. But their reaction to the truth would always make any situation 100 times worse. So you learned pretty quick that you should always lie. Get into the best college you can. We'll figure out how to pay for it. Guess who has a ton of student loan debt now? Yeah, my mom was adamant that she'd pay at least the first year of college. Then she saw the bill and said she'd pay the first semester. Then she'd pay books. Then she'd only pay for one book. etc. She ended up not paying anything and I spent my first year at a college way out of my financial range. Had to transfer to a community college and try not to cry as I paid off the bills from the previous year. If you study for the final year of high school, you'll never have to study for the rest of your life. I think this is very India specific advice. Oh boy, were they wrong. They say that before every exam. Just get good grades in this one. The rest is all a cakewalk. Plodding from one assignment to the next. What a life. There ain't nothing open after midnight but bars and girls' legs. I never could find any of those girls. You looked inside the bars? Yes, and in one case I waited outside the bar waiting for her. Most bars have a back door. Work doing what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I do love what I do, but it's still fucking hard work. Not necessarily. It can kill your passion, love for it in some cases. Can confirm that. Studied art and graphic design at university. Worked as a graphic designer and completely lost my artistic side. Haven't done any kind of artistic endeavor since. Edit. Conversely, one of my friends stuck with it and loves what he does. Literally the same. My favorite hobby slowly became something I was dreading to do because I thought I was okay with making art on demand for others. After graduating in the arts, I lost a lot of passion for it and rarely draw these days. I've moved on to a different career, but it's pretty disheartening to have to explain to people who only ever knew me as the one who draws why I don't do that anymore. Don't waste too much time on the computer. Become a full-time software developer. Video games are a waste of time was a big one too. I now use Unity to create novel visualizations for novel satellite data. I take so much inspiration from video games to this day that now help people make better sense of scientific data. My parents used to tell me I was spending too much time playing video games. I was spending too much time playing Roblox in particular. Then I learned how Roblox Studio works and learned how to program from it. Now I'm in my second software engineering co-op and one semester away from finishing my bachelor's in CS. The real kicker is they still think I spend too much time on my computer. Shrug. Clean plate club and you'll grow up to be strong and healthy. She forgot to mention fat. Thanks mom. I feel this. My mother used to continually put extra food on my plate without asking, and my dad wouldn't let me leave the table until I'd eaten it all. Sometimes the standoff went on for hours. Now my mother complains about my weight. People only pretend to be your friends to take advantage of you. Family is what matters. That's actually awful. Flattery will get you nowhere. Kissing ass is actually very helpful in getting ahead. And licking ass sometimes helps with getting head. You can't just apply online. Get dressed up, go to Lockheed Martin, introduce yourself, and ask if they have any available positions. I didn't do it for the record. They were just so adamant about it. My parents. They just did not understand how many places these days only do applications online and showing up isn't going to do anything. Speaking as an hour professional, sometimes just showing up will do something. Annoy the employer that you interrupted them and didn't follow the application instructions, which make it fair for all applicants. Just because someone shows up in person, especially when the ad says no phone inquiries walk-ins, doesn't mean you get put ahead of the applicants that followed the proper process. My mom always criticized little things I would do and say you're never going to get a boyfriend if you do it that way. Turns out that those little things were the reason my boyfriend asked me out. Good thing I'm stubborn and didn't listen to her. What kind of things? Little things. I've got a little thing. Where the hell is my boyfriend? Reddit lied to me. Buy as much house as you can afford. 0. I can afford 0 house. What about Lego? Have you seen the prices of Lego sets? I don't understand how my parents could afford all the Legos I had as a kid. Lego went through many highs and lows, often not really understanding the appeal of their toys in overseas markets and not pricing accordingly. We were dirt poor back in the 80s, but one Christmas my mom happened across a sale, not clearance, at Shopko where Lego were cheap enough that she could afford to put one of each model they had on layaway. Lego castles. Best Christmas ever. It wasn't until I saw a documentary about Lego that I understood just how poorly they had been priced. From a marketing standpoint, we were exceedingly lucky to have those Lego, and I still have them all, including the build books. Nowadays I still cruise the aisles looking for a good deal, but can only afford to buy when the boxes are damaged or on steep clearance, so the glory days of ownership, for me, are definitely over. Still get upset when I accidentally vacuum one up. They're only mean to you because they like you, they're jealous. That's a great way to encourage people into shitty, abusive relationships. Also, they are mean because I'm a fucking loser with no social skills. My mom saying that actually encouraged me to be mean to a girl I had a crush on. It ended up with a trip to the principal's office because she got sick of my BS and reported every mean thing I said. You'll be empty and sad if you cut one of your parents out of your life. When I went away to college, I felt a gaping emptiness. That emptiness was family, and you'll feel it too. Wrong on all counts, mom. And good riddance. What was wrong with your parents? What wasn't wrong with them? Seriously, both were abusive, unfit to raise children, and more than a little narcissistic. It's always the worst sorts of people who think that their absence is supposed to be a punishment. You just have to go talk to the manager. No, they'll tell me to apply online and probably think I'm stupid for not knowing to apply online, because literally every job expects you to apply online. I guarantee you if I went in there and asked to speak with the manager I'd get hired. You just have to show initiative. You have 30 years of industry experience at a well-known firm at the management level. Initiative is not the reason you're getting hired. It's because I have 6 months of experience and you have 30 years. I guarantee you if I emailed the director of HR, I would get hired. Yes, because you're a senior employee, not a 22-year-old begging for a job. You'll get a job. You just need to want it and work harder. Maybe actually go out and look for a job instead of sitting on the internet all day. Holy shit, shut the fuck up. I've been mindlessly filling applications for 6 straight hours and I've been doing this for weeks and I've gotten 3 replies and they were all telling me I didn't get the job. There were 3 billion less people on Earth when you got a job and the internet barely existed and people had more money to hire because that was before your generation decided to fuck the economy and make healthcare, housing, and education insanely expensive. Rant over. I have a job that I love now, but holy shit that was annoying. Anything about dating a girls, although I always knew it was bullshit. My dad hates women, along with people of color, but that's another story. And my mom thinks all women are stupid, weak, and materialistic. I was getting my girlfriend a whiteboard because she liked to doodle and it would be a cute gift. My parents flipped shit, telling me that was the dumbest gift ever and that she would break up with me. So I got her a candle instead. She would later tell me a whiteboard was a fine gift and I later got her one that we both enjoyed. We dated for 5 years and my mom kept hammering into me that my GF was gonna cheat on me all because I haven't bought her jewelry yet. From then on, I kept my dating life private from my pathetic family. They're teasing you because they like you. Very wrong. They bullied me because I was small and didn't fight back. It stopped when I finally snapped and threw one of them down a flight of stairs. I got bullied a lot when I was a kid and it was very difficult for me for a long time to differentiate between actual bullying and bro on bro ribbing. As a result, I often took my anger out on the wrong people and it stunted a bunch of my childhood friendships. I eventually got through it thanks to some good advice from a cousin, but it took way too long. Lifelong self-confidence issues as a result. Navigating that territory can be really tough. Basically, if you think they're a friend, try giving them some shit back and not just being so damn nice all the time. If they don't lash out when you do so, they're your brothers. Male friendships are really fucking weird sometimes. I'd still take it over female friendships, especially in HS. Watching what my sister sometimes went through with her friends was terrifying. That shit got dark at times. Thank you for watching and listening to my channel. Feel free to drop a comment and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification button for the latest video I publish every day. See you on the next video, very Reddit fans.